Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today's video, we're going to do some autocross stuff with the MR2, but before I get into that, I want to talk quickly about the upload schedule. The upload schedule is going to be inconsistent for a very good reason. I've been planning to buy a house, and my initial plan was actually to buy beginning 2023. Things have just gone really well financially, so I'm actually looking at buying starting the process to buy at the end of September, beginning of October. I'm purposely avoiding any big financial transactions because I don't want anything to screw up buying a house, and honestly, my biggest financial drain is honestly the cars, which is why I'm purposely not going to put any money into them until after I get the house. And with that, we'll get to the topic of today's video. For those who don't know, this car right here, my white MR2, I've had for well over 6 years. It's all stock in terms of like the engine. I popped the engine lid real quick. Anyways, the mechanical side of things, it's all stock. It even has the stock airbox. The only thing like aftermarket are the wheels. And then I also have coilovers on this car. Before hopping into those runs, I want to note one thing real quick. Some of you may notice that the RPM gauge is all over the place. It actually broke, which kind of sucks. It's not reading consistently. I'm sure it's just the gauge cluster because everything else reads like it should, but that's something I'll fix down the road. And now we'll move on to the clips of me running in this car. I'll show you the slowest run I had, and then followed by the fastest run I had. First thing that comes to mind is just the amount of front end grip this car has. And one of the things I know I'm gonna have to make an adjustment as a driver is I don't have to trail brake as aggressively. I can say with certainty there's a couple times where I trail braked too aggressively, it upset the car and the back end started to come around. The car has a lot of wiggle room for error, so it was pretty easy to save. The car is very forgiving whenever I make a mistake. And I can tell you, I actually made quite a few mistakes. I was consistently inconsistent, if that makes sense. So like on run number 6, which I know was my fastest run, I remember going into that first right-hand corner, taking the turn, turn and then the right-hand corner that goes in the slalom, everything went good. On run number 7, I remember going into that same corner, I overshot my braking zone, and then on the very next corner, right before the slalom, I think on that one, I accidentally was too aggressive with the throttle, and I kicked the back end out. But anyways, I upset the car. That pretty much summed up how my day went. Like on one run, I would do one particular area really, really good, and then the next run, I would totally screw that area up, but then I would do a different area really, really good. And the course was so big, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, this is stuff I've said before, but essentially I need to work on just being consistent. I'm placing the car in the right place, getting the right line, because sometimes my transitions were off and like I was too aggressive. I mean, there's definitely situations where I caused the car to like understeer and I went wide. There's a million little things that I could work on, but really it's just gonna come down to seat time. I can say the car itself did really good. Nothing broke, it did awesome. If there's one change I would make to the car, that's actually switching out the seat, because I really had to work to keep myself into place. You know, with the new setup, it's obviously way faster than the old setup, because previously I've ran things like essentially like OE tire sizes on this car. So to go from like a 205 in the rear of this car to a 255, that's a massive change. And then the front, I used to run a 195 at one point, and right now it's 205 or 245 correction. Obviously there's just a lot more grip, and it's a lot harder to stay in place. I'm pretty sure I'll end up putting a bucket seat in this car, although I did used to have one in it, but I took it out of this car and put it in the V6 MR2. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going to go down that route again, although it won't be within the next couple months, because as I mentioned, I'm looking to get that house. Pretty much the plan is just get more autocross events. The V6 MR2 is actually sitting outside. Going to take the V6 MR2 out to an autocross event literally next weekend, and then if everything goes good, in about a week or two, I'll be taking the white MR2 on another trip to a different autocross venue. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't have anything else for this video, so I'll see you guys in the next one.